The COVID crisis and trade disputes with China put the used semi-truck market in a tailspin last year. Values of late model semis plummeted as fleet trucks and firms sliced their inventory or closed their doors permanently. Bucking that trend, however, were trucks like this 1999 Kenworth T800 day cab. Such pre-Tier 4 trucks are highly sought after by farmers not wanting to mess with diesel fluid exhaust or particulate filters. Those changes started occurring on over-the-road trucks way back in 2007. Now, farmers who have purchased trucks with their Tier 4 emission equipment have gone so far as to delimit or remove that equipment, and this eliminates the emission gear. Of course, the challenge with buying a pre-tier truck is that those trucks have gotten long in the tooth, not only in years, but certainly and particularly with miles. But this 21-year-old Kenny shows just over 400,000 miles. It put on less than 20,000 miles a year in its life so far. So I'm not surprised to learn that it is being sold by a farmer. Combine those low miles with a farmer-owned truck, well, and we have ourselves the makings of a bidding war over this Kenworth at today's sale. A truck such as this with more miles or low hours and an engine overhaul would be bringing between $5,000 to $7,000. I'm forecasting that the final bid on this truck will be certainly over $10,000. I'm speaking with Matt Sullivan of Sullivan Auctioneers about a piece of machinery that I love to talk about because I love semi-trucks. The deal is that semi-truck prices, at least late models, just fell out. Last spring, actually we saw a little of it a year ago, last spring and summer, because between COVID and the China thing, it pretty much put a death nail on those poor things. But that's not true of these pre-Tier 4 trucks.
That's correct.
They're still being highly sought after.
Yep, nice day cab trucks that guys can use on the farm are hard to find. That
almost always puts a push on that price, doesn't it?
Absolutely. I think that people know that, like you said, the miles and they know it's probably just pulled a grain trailer around and not a lot of different operators in it, and they know it's probably been serviced, and it's just nice knowing the history of where it's coming from.
So that's the thing with your sales, right? I mean, Sullivan's known for its no reserve sales. You don't charge a buyer's premium, and the fact is you love putting information out there. You put the owner's name, telephone number, and you encourage people to call them.
That's correct.
And then they'll call you too as well.
That's correct. I think that as a buyer, you want to know where it's coming from. You want to hear both sides of the story. So there's no point in hiding it or trying to have everybody call the office. We put the owner's name and number right on there and encourage them to call and talk to them and get the whole story.
Now, I got to put you on the spot. I got to ask, any ideas what you think that might bring?
I think that truck, like you said, it checks all the boxes, has everything going for it. I think that truck could bring $35,000, $40,000.
Whoa, really? Mm-hmm. Well, that'll be fun to watch.
There will be fun, yes.
Well, thanks for that information, Matt. Let's watch that Kenny sell. Initial bidding on the T800 took off quickly, reaching $20,500. Looks like two bidders are going head to head. There are a couple $250 bids, $21,000. I think we finally settled out on the final price of this Kenny. It rolls off Sullivan's auction lot at $21,000. Today's sale of this 1999 Kenworth T800 reminds me of an old saying my grandfather, Otto, used to utter. Dave, he would ponder, even a blind hog finds an acorn once in a while. Gosh, my grandfather had a book's worth of sayings like that. Anyway, his point would have been well made if my guess on this truck would be going for more than $10,000 if it was truly a guess, and thus the blind hog finding the acorn once in a while. But it's my job to come up with price analysis on used equipment for Successful Farming Magazine and this television show. In that regard, I discovered the recent sale of 8 similar low-mile Kenny T800s. Those trucks went for between $10,700 up to $13,500. Remember, this 1999 Kenny had just 400,000 miles plus on its odometer. And this was a farmer-owned truck, and that always adds value to used semi-trucks. The other piece of advice I have to offer about semi-trucks is to find out everything there is to know about the sales vehicle. Bill Nelson at U.S. Auctioneers, which is one of the largest truck auction firms in the country, says that doing that starts with doing business with a reputable auction company or reputable dealer. They will tell you both the bad and the good about trucks. You call the sale truck's owner and ask how the vehicle was used and how it was maintained. Double check that the odometer is correct. Investigate if the truck was involved in any type of accident. Go online and find out the truck's record by looking at the comments in chat groups and blogs. Finally, do a personal inspection of the truck or hire a mechanic to look it over before buying. Now, for more information about Sullivan Auctioneers, you can go to their website at sullivanauctioneers.com. You can catch one of the dozens of online sales that Sullivan Auctioneers hold, it seems, every week. You can also read my used equipment analysis articles in every issue of Successful Farming Magazine. Well, I'm off to another sale. See you next week on another Steel Deals Report. Hi, I'm Dave Mowitz. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, hit subscribe right here if you haven't already, and click that little bell right here to be notified when we post a new video. And click here to see more great videos.